Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll be doing a new application for cushion grip. Dentures are nice, clean, and dry, super dry. You gotta make sure that your dentures are dry. Now, I'm gonna lay them here on a paper towel. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I have my denture grip, my cushion grip in some nice warm water. Not too hot, but warm water. And by the way, this is a, this is a sample size, okay? This is not a full size tube, it's just a sample. But we'll be working with what we have, okay? So we gotta make sure you dry your cushion grip before you open it. Make sure you, when you put it out of your water, warm water, make sure it's super dry because any moisture or anything is going to totally interrupt with your application on your dry, clean dentures. Please remember that. Do not forget that. Okay? Okay. And before we get started, I really want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Cushion Grip for sponsoring this video. And if you like, you can use my code Julia, capital letters with the number 710, and you'll get $2 off your purchase for a full tube of Cushion Grip on their website, on Amazon. So, moving on with the video. Okay, so my cushion grip is nice and warm. We're going to make him a kitty cat in the background. I have my background open, so he's seeing some birds and he's like, you know, watching mode. Alright, so now my cushion grip is nice and ready. You want to make sure that your cushion grip is super dry, like I said. No moisture whatsoever. You don't want it to interrupt your application on your dentures. Now, this is the key it comes with. And remember, this is a sample size, not a full size, okay, guys? So, I'll be opening it up right here. See how nice and soft? That's exactly what you want when you're going to open. So I'm going to take a little bit out. Not too much, but maybe about that much. And this will be just for my tops. And you want to make sure you cover it. And you want to rub. Or kind of make it like a hot dog. Now I'm going to leave it just like this, nice and thin. And we're going to place that on my upper denture. Right in here. As so. Hold on, let me make sure I have it all in there. Just like that. I don't really need, well, I do need, but I don't want to have so much overspill, so I'm making sure that I have it all up in my trough area where I definitely need it for my little teeny tiny baby gums. And make sure it's on. You can also add a little bit to the middle of your denture wherever you feel comfortable. And remember, this is just a thermoplastic, it's not an adhesive. You want to let it set for a good 5 minutes before you pop them in your mouth. I'm going to add a tiny bit on my trough, just a little bit. It's still nice and soft. Back. I'm placing it back in the warm water so I can have it nice and soft for my bottom. Make sure your hands are nice and dry. You want to make it like a little hot dog, or not even, because I'm going to make it in the center, so I don't want to make it I'm putting up on my trough just like that. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit, just like that in the middle, and spread that baby like butter. Just like this. Just like that. And I always say I don't spread it all the way down. Only in my center of my palate, because again, with your body chemistry, this stuff a little bit goes a long way. And you're gonna feel it spread, so you might have a little overspill, but once it's cured, you can always cut off the excess that you don't want showing over your denture. So now it's nice and placed into the crafting of the denture, just like that. I want it to be just like that. And whatever little gaps I have here, it's gonna spread anyway once I place it in my mouth, so don't worry about that. You're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, like I said. You're going to take out the cushion grip. You got to make sure it's super dry again when you're ready to open it to apply it to your bottom dentures. Make sure your hands are dry, everything's super dry. Hands super dry. And again, guys, please, no water, no denture bath for a good 24 hours, maybe even 48 hours. I go with 48 hours because it works for me. But I'm using less cushion grip, so it might be just 24 hours. But again, give it a good 24 hours without a denture bath. You can place it on a damp cloth with your, just like this, you know, with the denture up and your teeth going down towards the moisture of the cloth, but not the cushion grip. You don't want to play, you don't want to interrupt your puree. Your hands are nice and dry. And you want to place it just like a little hot dog like that. I don't need a lot, but I'm going to add this into my bottom. Just like that. It seems like very little bit, but that's all I'm going to need. I'm going to give it a good 5 minutes. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to give it a good 5 minutes before I pop them in. And while you're waiting for this to cure, you're going to look like this. Hold on, let me get it together. Now remember, this is over my hard reline, okay? And these are my permanent dentures, so this is a hard reline, not a soft reline. Some relines, depending on the material, you might be able to let it cure correctly. But some silicone reliners, soft reliners, they don't adhere with the thermoplastic of the cushion grip. So please keep that in mind. I've had a lot of complaints about that, but it all depends. So let me know if it worked for you or it didn't work for you. But this is a hard reline, not a soft reline, and this is the cushion grip over my hard reline. Okay, this is the bottom. This is the way it's curing. It's not that ready yet, but this is almost ready. Just like that. Give it 5 minutes. This one has about 5 minutes already, but this one is about 3 more minutes. And yeah, so keep in mind, guys, this is just a thermoplastic, not an adhesive. It's a thermoplastic adhesive to give you comfort and suction. Now I'm gonna pop my top ones in so you guys can see the difference, okay? And you're gonna probably see a little bit of my cushion grip spread, but that's okay. I've used a little bit of spreading. Here we go. Put your elbow down like this and just let it sit. Just like that. It's lined up. That feels pretty good. And I don't feel bucky like the last time. Alright. Let it settle. While it's doing this thing, I might have a little bit of a list, but I feel like I do. But again, I just popped it on my arm, so. But yeah, to anyone who has very loose fitting dentures and has like a further appointment to wait for a new reline on their dentures, this is a super great tool to have. I mean, a great product to have on hand because it works. It gives you suction and it definitely gives you a whole lot of comfort. Now, again, you can always use adhesive as soon as it's cured correctly. You can let it cure for 24 hours, no soaking, no bath, no denture bath, none of that stuff. Just let it cure for 24 hours. After you pop them out, you let them cure for a good 24 hours in your mouth. No eating and no drinking. Try to do that before you're going to start curing your cushion grip. Another tip is I find some people like to do it at bedtime because it lets them, you know, sleep and it's curing with no interruptions, no eating, no bothering it. It's just doing this thing of what it's supposed to do. So, it tends to work for a lot of people that like to sleep, well, to do it at bedtime to let it cure, you know, correctly. Everyone is different. You do what works for you, okay? This is just a little suggestion. I'm doing them now because I'm already used to this, so I could go to 4 hours without having anything to eat or drink. I'll have a sip of water through a straw. It's not that serious, but I'm letting it cure, okay? So 4 hours, no eating and drinking, no bath for 24 hours. I normally wait 48 hours, but again, I did a very small application, so you see I'm talking just fine. I feel like I don't have the lisp anymore. Maybe I do, I don't know. But my teeth, they feel pretty good. And I feel it curing. You see? It's not that bad. And on top, like that, just like that, just like that. And they're lined up perfectly. So, you can find cushion grip on the website. You can use my code Julia10, 710, capital letters JULIA 710. It's on my bio. You get $2 off for a full tube. I also have the sample. This is what a full tube is, and this is the sample size. So, shout out to Cushion Grip. Again, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. And I hope this was helpful to all the new denture wearers who's looking for some emergency comfort until they can see their dentist. So this is not something that you want to rely on without seeing your dentist. But I understand when your appointments are so far apart, especially waiting on a reline to get done, this is when this comes into handy, okay? I did introduce this to my dentist. I let him know how it worked for me. So far, so good. We even got the company to donate a few samples to my dentist to help new patients walking into their journey with their dentures, and it's been amazing. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Again, 24 hours, no bath, no eating and drinking for a good 4 hours, 5 minutes before you pop them in after you do your application. Make sure your dentures are nice and clean and dry. And thank you, Cushion Grip. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.